technically I would have failed this exam, but in my heart, like I've passed.
What?
I think I'm just gonna stare at the wall for 10 minutes and decide what I'm gonna do with my life. Lol. This time was a bit of a sticky one.
It's a bit of stick on steel.
I think I had a false sense of confidence. Hey people, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Franceska, or Fran. As you can tell from the title, we've almost reached the end of my first year medicine journey. Why? Because I'm about to start the most intense 2 weeks of my academic year. Why? Because I have my end of year exams. I have my end of year exams. Guys, pray for me. Please, can we just take a moment to pray for me? Can we just take a moment of silence? Pray for me.
I've come to talk with you.
Today is Tuesday the 16th of June. My exams actually started yesterday. They run from the start of this week to the end of next week. But because of this COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of first year exams have been cancelled at Oxford. Our exams have actually been postponed to the start of next year, so they'll be sat in October. So for now, the exams that we're sitting are purely mock based. They won't really contribute to our first year grade, and instead they're designed to help us track our progress. To say I'm stressed is an understatement, guys. Like, I'm sweating. So now it's almost 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon. The medicine department have actually given us the freedom of sitting the 3 papers that we're meant to do this week anytime that we want between Monday to Friday, I believe. I'm gonna do one of the papers today. I'm gonna do some last minute revision now. Mutations in channels for constant. Now just gone past 4 p.m. and I'm about to start my first exam of this week. Am I feeling prepared for this paper? No, not really. How have I done in the past? I haven't performed the best because these papers are used to examine breadth of knowledge rather than the depth of knowledge, and I just don't have the right technique to cover all of the content and all of the spec. I'm hoping that the preparation that I've done will be enough to get me a decent mark. I am not setting my expectations too high because, you know, past results have taught me better. It's now 5 p.m. and I've completed my first exam paper. I got 36 out of 50, which is 72%. At first I was quite disappointed because I was quite confident in my answers, and I definitely put a lot of effort into this unit and module. Now that I've had time to kind of reflect on things, 72% is a lot better than what I was getting before, and depending on how the rest of the cohort do, 72% is still passable. You just need to pass this module in order to, you know, get through first year. Guys, literally this was such a time sensitive exam. Like, we had 40 minutes to do 50 questions, so you have less than 1 minute per question. I even put water on my desk because I know I get thirsty during exams, but I did not even have time to pick this water up to drink it. Multiple choice papers aren't my forte. Why? Because we've had so much content to cover over the past couple of months, and it's just so much, and it takes me a lot longer than normal to process all of it. So all of this information, this new information that I'm learning, is in my head all jumbled up. Like, all the names of the chemicals, the neurotransmitters, the proteins are all jumbled up in my head. Sorry, this is kind of diagonal, and I haven't had the time to revise the content to kind of solidify my understanding, so it's just all jumbled. I just wanted to report back just to kind of give you an update as to how my day has gone. So obviously I did one of my multiple choice papers in the morning. Guys, sorry, I actually forgot to disclaim that I look like Medusa right now, but we move. Today was pretty jam-packed in terms of doing stuff for my kind of YouTube and like my platform. So I did a live stream with a really interesting medicine platform on Instagram. Shout out Journey to Med. Since then I've just been making essay plans. I haven't been as productive as I've liked. Tomorrow I plan to do 2 more of these exam papers, so then I've completed this week's exams and I have kind of the rest of the week to focus on revising for the really hefty week that is to come next week. Afternoon, or it is now Wednesday afternoon. It's been a long time since I filmed anything, but I'm about to start my second multiple choice paper. I spent this morning, to be fair, let me admit, I woke up quite late this morning. I struggled to fall asleep last night. So yeah, I'm about to start my second exam of the fortnight. Why does it keep moving mad like this? Why is it trying to do angles for? Please, my friend, stay as I have put you. This morning I kind of focused on preparing for this exam whilst also kind of making essay plans for the exams I have next week. So yeah, wish me luck. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. Back, and I've just completed my second multiple choice paper, as you can see in the background there. This time the paper that I sat was organisation of the body, so anatomy and also embryonic development, and also histology as well, so looking at cells underneath the microscope. This time it was a bit of a sticky one.
It's a bit of stick on the stew.
I think I had a false sense of confidence during the exam because the questions were relatively simple. All the questions were on content that I'd encountered during my lectures, so I felt confident. But my final score was 32 out of 50, which is 64%, which I think is 1% under the pass mark. It depends how like the rest of the cohort do, but yeah, 65% is like what you're aiming for. That's like the pass mark. So technically I would have failed this exam, but in my heart, like I've passed.
What?
Unfortunately, Fran, it doesn't matter what you feel in your heart. It doesn't work that way. Happy it's out of the way. Now I can move on and prepare for my third exam and also start writing more essay plans. I think you guys are kind of detecting a trend here where I'm like spending way more time on my essay plans solely because those exams are longer and they count to more. The essay-based section will determine like kind of where you rank and your grades and all of that. I think I'm just gonna stare at the wall for 10 minutes and decide what I'm gonna do with my life. Lol. It is Friday morning, it's about 10 o'clock and I'm about to get started with my day. A few updates because obviously last time I spoke was a couple of days ago. Yesterday I didn't do any exams. I was just kind of preparing for why am I out of breath? The big book of exams which will take place next week. So I was just doing essay plans, revising, etc. Today is the final day that I can do the multiple choice papers, so I will be doing my final one, which is biochemistry. So genuinely, how have I been? I feel as though over the past couple of days I've fallen into like a really poor cycle of, you know, sleeping later and later and later, and consequently
waking up later and later and later, and then sleeping later because I wake up later just to catch up with all the hours I've lost. And yeah,
it's not the best. Like I wake up feeling kind of lethargic and lacking in energy and not motivated to get started with my day. Anyways, let's get to work. This morning I'm starting by doing some biochemistry revision. This will obviously help me for my multiple choice paper that I'm about to do, but also for the exams I have next week. So catch you outside. How about that? Catch me. Okay. And the reason why I'm wearing this is because typically at Oxford
That's gonna go in your drink, mate.
this video is quite an exciting one because it marks the end of my first year of medicine at the University of Oxford. Okay. This is the end of the video and